My wife of 9 years first cheated on me over Labor Day weekend back in 2011, the year we split up. I had been faithful despite numerous opportunities to cheat, as I work in talent acquisition in the television industry. I turned down more pussy in a day than most guys see in a year. So, Labor Day weekend, on Sunday, she says she's off to Napa with Sherry to visit a winery. I say okay. I know Sherry and she's a great broad, so no worries. Later, I got a bullshit phone call at 2 a.m. that she was too drunk to drive home from a different girlfriend of hers who also said, she's too drunk to talk on the phone right now, when I asked to speak with her. She came home at noon the next day and went straight to the shower after a perfunctory hello. I started to notice that she was on her cell phone a lot. A couple of days later, she asks me, "Why do I need your permission to put a screen lock on my phone?" I tell her, "It's because I'm the lead account holder. Gimme it, honey, I'll put whatever you want on it." Only she won't hand me the phone. Also very suspicious. And a big mistake, as I was the account holder for our family plan. So later that evening, I was able to look at all the activity on the account. And by October, she and Loverboy were exchanging 11,000 text messages a day. The straw that broke the camel's back was when I found out she had also been exchanging lewd photos and videos with this moron. I backed up everything so I had evidence and confronted her the next day. Of course she denied it at first, and then I showed her a video of one of her performances, after which she couldn't deny the truth. I told her, "If you stop what you're doing, and we get some counseling to help us through this, perhaps we can fix what is broken." Her reply, "I'm not stopping." My reply to that? "Well, then you'd better find someplace else to live, because I am not sharing a house and a bed with a cheating slut." She packed and left, and she filed for divorce against me, despite our mutual agreement that we would file together using one lawyer. She never mentioned her adultery or her suicide attempt the previous year to her attorney. I was honest and told my lawyer everything that could be construed as a negative. When we sent her counts our interrogatories, her case fell apart like it was made of crumbly cheese. She lost everything: custody, the paid-for house, the works. Our conservative county takes a very dim view of adultery, and the jury did not like her antics one bit. 5 years later, she has never paid one dime of her court-ordered support or our child's medical bills, and that meter runs until he turns 18, so she's going to have to pay me eventually. Thinking about cheating? Do yourself a favor and get divorced first, or you could end up like my ex. Oh, by the way, Mr. Wonderful dropped her like a used rubber as soon as she was single again. She went through a series of jobs, cars, and relationships, none of which worked out. Last we heard, she was sharing an apartment with 3 other women and unable to find a job. Through all of this, even though she has treated me like I was the villain, I never did one thing designed to cause her harm, and when her chips were down, I helped her just as I would any family member, as an example to our child. And still, she vilifies me, because I caught her cheating, because I exposed her dishonesty to our mutual friends, and because I defeated her so soundly in court. Until she learns to accept responsibility for her own choices, she will never succeed at anything she attempts. Know what I've been doing these past 5 years? Raising our child largely alone, and working on myself to figure out why 2 marriages didn't work out. Clearly, I am half culpable at a minimum, and if I should be lucky enough to find true love again, not likely, I know, but stranger things can happen. I don't want to be the same guy who failed in 2 marriages. The lesson here: if you catch your partner cheating and you think it's fixable, make the offer. But if they turn you down, their mind is made up. So get the best damn lawyer you can afford, and get out of that bad marriage to that cheating whore as quickly and as cleanly as possible. The next story you will hear will be about how I was betrayed and blamed after being cheated on in the church bathroom. I am taking responsibility for my actions and learning to be strong for myself, as I regret that I allowed myself to settle for someone who did not live up to my values. Join me on my journey of understanding and healing. I had it all: mechanical engineer graduate, loving family, many unique hobbies, and most of all a girlfriend who, so I thought, cared so much about me. 5 years, poof gone with a blink of an eye. Cheated on me in the bathroom of a church and got caught by her friends, like out of a freaking movie. I was lied to, blamed for being a bad person and having a hard past. I never knew a person can be so horrible and inconsiderate. Once I found out the truth that she cheated on me, she just disappeared off the face of the earth. Forever. Funny though, you could say this person I thought I knew became dead to me the moment I found out they were unfaithful. Oh, how the mind has a funny way of working. Taking her for granted and being too involved in my new career led her to get attention elsewhere. Now, the one thing I have going for me is in jeopardy. Binge drinking for weeks on end has led me to a depression where I purposely crashed my car drunk in a ditch and have received a DUI. My parents see me lost, and I feel so bad for them. I take responsibility for my actions as a person, but seem to always catch myself failing back on feeling sorry for myself for letting somebody I once loved turn into a whore and hurtful person right before my eyes. I blame myself for foolishly relying on someone else to keep me strong in times where I felt weak. I am learning to be strong for myself, but it takes time and much soul-searching. I blame myself for dating my first and only woman so far, simply because I felt I was in control of the relationship, and she was a woman that was lucky to meet a guy good-looking and smart like me. I blame myself for staying with her when I did not like her lack of intelligence as we grew together, and the way she was insecure and envied my accomplishments when my view of the relationship was always that we were together as a team. But most of all, I regret letting myself settle for someone when I knew I deserved someone so much more who has the same values as myself in life. Someone who falls hard and is mature and respectful. Now I am alone, still tasting every once in a while that sting that I have in my mouth that I will never truly receive closure. Never will I see my ex-girlfriend face to face again since she knows I know the real truth. I don't get how someone can erase a person they knew for 5 years so easily. I would own up to my mistakes for the sake of not making the time we once had go sour. But I guess that's the difference between maturity and cowardness. The difference between receiving the truth and enabling someone the mercy of moving on, and just dealing someone the most horrible hand ever of letting them have to pick up crumbs and find closure through the fact that someone they thought they knew inside and out was letting someone else come in their mouth. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you like it. Also put a bell so you don't miss new videos. See you soon.